Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation following. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, please bless our elected officials, grant them the wisdom to know and the courage to do what is right for all citizens. Amen.
Amen. Roll call, please.
Allen? Here. LaFour?
Here.
Mistrovich?
Here.
Reindell?
Here.
Ricks?
Here.
Schultz?
Here.
Warren?
Here.
Good to see everybody here tonight. Approval of minutes for the last city council meeting on May 20th. Motion be in order for the
I'll make
minutes.
the motion. Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Any discussion on those minutes? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Audience comments on any non-agenda items. If anybody is here on non-agenda item, we ask that you come up to the podium, state your name, and we'll give you approximately 3 minutes. Otherwise, when we get to that point, council will discuss first, then I will go to the audience, and you have your time at the microphone. Again, we hope that you can hold that to 3 minutes. If there's nothing, we'll move on. Adoption of agenda. Mr. City Manager, any changes?
No changes.
City Council, any changes? If not, a motion to accept the agenda as presented would be in order.
I'll make the motion.
Support.
Motion been made and support. Any discussion? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Is there a motion for the consent agenda?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. There is no discussion according to our rules. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We move on to items for consideration. We have 7 this evening. The first one being consideration of request to keep chickens at 355-401 Richwood Lane. Mr. City Manager?
Council is scheduled to consider a petition from Brianna McGregor and Robert Staples Jr. to keep up to 4 egg-laying chickens on property located at 35541 Richwood Lane. The applicant did mention that they had originally had a rooster, but they were able to rehome that rooster, and they only have hens now. The subject property is approximately .406 acres in size. On Tuesday, May 14th, the city planner mailed notices to the 7 adjoining properties informing them of the request and allowing for comments at tonight's meeting, either tonight or through email or letter. At this time, we have not received any comments from the 7 adjoining properties. We did receive 1 comment from a resident on Woodside Drive. It does appear from that email that it was at a time when the rooster was still there. So with that, we have provided council with kind of a summary of recent requests, and there's 2 motions for you to consider. And I believe the applicant may be here in the audience. Yes.
Would you like to come up and speak to this at this point?
Hi.
Hi.
Well, we have 4 chickens.
Staples, your address, your name and address, please.
Robert Staples Jr., address is 35541 Richwood Lane.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything that you can tell us that you would like to add other than what the city manager has already stated?
Yes, the rooster was accidental. Wasn't supposed to be there. Wasn't supposed to cause that, ruckus or anything. We worked diligently to get it in the right place because we don't like discarding of animals or things like that. Our chickens are taken care of in the winter to where they would be inside of our greenhouse. We have a mobile chicken coop where we can move it around to where it's, safe, and they're just good chickens, and they don't bother anybody. They like to snuggle, so if anybody wants to come by and snuggle with them, they're nice. One's Chicoletta, one's Karen. If you knew her, you'd know why she's named Karen. No offense to the Karens out there. And then we have Fluffy and Fruki, and she loves them. She's wearing a chicken dress. So that's all I really have to say. They're good. They're taken care of. They're clean. We clean up after them, almost a little too much. I try to get her in the house to come in, and she said, I got to take care of the chickens. Okay. So that's all I have to say. So,
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Council, is there a motion?
I'll
Make a
make a motion to approve the petition from Brianna McGregor and Robert Staples Jr. to keep up to 4 egg-laying chickens, hens on property located at 35541 Richwood Lane, subject to the following conditions. Number 1, the chickens allowed will be female chicken hens, no roosters shall be allowed. Number 2, this approval shall be subject to a 1-year review if any complaints are received from neighbors regarding the chickens.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion on this?
Yeah, I just have a question. I was noticing all the other ones that we approved, and I don't know if there's any plans for more than 4 chickens, or if we should, I mean, I'm almost, no? Okay. I was just gonna say we could make it so that there's more in case you wanted to future, but, okay.
I think this is, we had good mapping. This has been reviewed, and we did not hear from any of the adjoining property owners.
That's the big thing.
That weighs heavily on us if we hear from adjoining property owners that aren't going to be very happy with that, but we have not heard that. We have a general letter from somebody in the general neighborhood, but it looks like maybe that was during the time of the rooster. They weren't real happy about the rooster, so that's done and gone, and I think it looks like we're pretty good here.
Yeah, and I spoke to one of the joint neighbors, and they were all for it, so
Good.
no issues, so.
Good.
In the past history on, and all the approvals we've had, we haven't had any complaints.
Not a
that we
one.
know of, and to be honest, a lot of them never came back to renew after a year anyways, but we're not sure if there's still some who are using them or not, but I wish you the best if it.
Okay, is there anybody else here for the chickens? If not, back to the table. If there's no other discussion, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Thank you. Item number 2 is consideration of special event request, St. Augustine Parish Festival. Mr. City Manager?
Council is scheduled to consider a special event request from St. Augustine Catholic Church to have an across-the-road banner, signage around town, and and designate a portion of Howard Street parking near the church as handicap parking. The festival chairperson submitted the 3 special event requests for their annual parish festival scheduled to be held the weekend of August 8th through August 12th. And it's pretty much in line with what we've approved in recent years.
Thank you. Valerie? Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for
Name
considering
and
the-
address, please, Valerie.
Sure. Valerie Emke, 75266 Kloss Road.
Thank you. Is there something you'd like to add?
No, it's pretty cut and dry, same as what we've done in the past. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Okay. No, we got to have a motion before we do that. No, we're good. Thank you.
Yep.
Is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve the special event application from St. Augustine Catholic Church to have 6 temporary signs in conjunction with their annual parish festival, July 29th through August 12th, with the following conditions. The applicant shall work with city staff on proper placement of the signs to minimize any site visibility issues. The signs are allowed to be displayed July 29th through August 12th.
Support.
Motion made and supported. Any discussion on this? It's been done in the past. Any audience participation on this item? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We have a second motion for the special event application across the road banner. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the special event application for St. Augustine's Catholic Church to have a cross-the-road banner in conjunction with their annual parish festival to be displayed July 29th through August 12th, 2024, and direct the city clerk to submit application to MDOT.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion on this? This is not the first year either. Did I read that it's a third year? Is it a third year, do you know, for the banner?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
At least 3.
Any audience comments on this item? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We have the third and last motion for the 13 parking spaces on Howard Street.
I'll make a motion to approve the request from St. Augustine Parish Festival to make the 13 parking spaces on Howard Street between the two church driveways, handicap parking for the St. Augustine Parish Festival on August 8th through August 11th, 2024.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Any discussion on this item? Any audience comments on this? Being not, back to the table. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion passes. Good luck on your festival. Hopefully you have good weather. Item number 3 is consideration of special event request, Farmers and Artisan Market. Mr. City Manager?
City Council is scheduled to consider a special event request for mobile food vendors from Melissa Matrazak, the Farm Market Director, to have food vendors on site for the Richmond Artisan and Farmers Market on Thursdays, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., June 6th through October 3rd. And they are looking to have 2 to 3 small food vendors that would kind of sell food on site, such as last year they had Hummingbird Home come up with the kettle corn. They'd also have a lemonade and something like donuts. Those would be each week, and then once per month they would have more of a food truck, like Slaw Dogs or Fat Rob's, to mark the kind of the monthly special events they have. So with that, Melissa is here tonight to answer any questions.
Name and address.
Melissa Matrazak, 69268 North Main Street.
What can you tell us?
I guess it's just kind of a continuation of what we've done in the past, but Hummingbird Home sells their popcorn package typically. They would like the availability to be able to pop on site, so that kind of takes them to the mobile food vendor category. And then the Local Lemon will be coming back several times, and we've had some other people with lemonades and things like that that have applied. So we want to make sure that we're covered for them to be able to sell at the market. And then monthly, we actually, if everything is approved, have one monthly event that we'll need another food truck for. So we're bringing back a couple that we've used in the past. Eat 'em Up Donuts is eager to come back. Slaw Dogs also, he had a car accident, wasn't able to come last year. So he will be back hopefully this year. So yeah, everything is looking good. We've got over 35 vendors, I think, for Thursday already scheduled, and then we've got almost 50 that will be kind of rotating in and out. We've had a few other farmers. We actually have some fresh local meat coming, so we'll have meat back available at the farmers market again. We've got a local coffee roaster that's going to be coming to the market we're really excited about. So they do small batch coffee, along with our wonderful produce people that have been here, and several of our other vendors are back. So lots of baked goods and lots of wonderful things, so.
Very good. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the special event request for mobile food vendors from Melissa Madrak and Lauren Windsor. They have 2 to 3 small food vendors and 1 mobile food truck once a month for the Richmond Artesian Farmers Market on Thursdays, 4 to 7 p.m., running June 6th through October 3rd.
Support. Motion been, I'm sorry, I'm getting a message through my phone. I thought I had it turned on. Motion been made and supported by somebody. I didn't hear who it was. Doesn't matter.
John, I supported.
Huh?
John supported.
John, okay. Any discussion on this? Any audience participation on this? Back to the table?
I just had one, it really is more a farm market related comment. Tifa did approve farm market banners, so we have one more week on the veterans banners in that area, but then a week from today, they'll be coming down and we'll put up in that block banners on the street poles saying farm market Thursdays 4 to 7.
Very
So
good, very good.
Those were
I think
approved
we
by our
talked
Tifa.
about that at the last meeting.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. That was quick to get those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything else, Melissa?
No, as far as the banners go, John did a great job. They had some things together for me. I think it was the week after we had met with you guys last time. So we looked everything over and had a discussion, and they were ordered. So thanks again for the quick work and tip us out.
Good luck. We hope it goes good. It sounds like you're doing an
Yeah.
outstanding job with 35 to start out with. That's big. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. And we hope for good weather
Thank you. I
at
was
least
just
every
going to say,
Thursday.
could everybody give us a prayer for some good weather for Thursday? Thank you.
Item number 4 is consideration of special event request, Neighbors on Circle Lane. Mr. City Manager?
Council is scheduled to consider a request from Susan Foster's on behalf of the neighbors on Circle Lane to block off Circle Lane for their 4th annual neighborhood party. It's been successful the last 3 years, and they want to keep it going. It will be August 10th from noon to 3 p.m. with a rain date of Sunday, August 11th. I will make a note that the recommended motion says Saturday, August 20th. It should say Saturday, August 10th.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the request from Susan Foster to conduct the Circle Lane Neighborhood Block Party on Circle Lane on Saturday, August 10th, 2024, with an inclement weather date of Sunday, August 11th, from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m., and allow the closure of Circle Lane from 69874 Circle Lane to the west entrance from Ridge Street.
Support.
It's been made and supported. Any discussion on this? Give them a lot of credit for doing this. They got a perfect situation with that particular street, so that works out great for them. But I talked to Becky Stewart Saturday at District, and she said they have a lot of fun. It's a good thing for the neighborhood, too. So, anything else? Any audience comments on this item? Back to the table? All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We hope for good weather for them. Boy, we got a lot of weather contingent stuff here. Number 5, consideration of special event request, Lois Wigner Memorial Library, Kona Ice. Mr. City Manager.
Council is scheduled to consider a special event request for a mobile food vendor from the Lois Wagner Memorial Library to have one mobile food vendor, Kona Ice, on Thursday, August 1st from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. This is to mark the end of their summer reading program and have kind of snow cones at the end for all the kids that participated. And our library director, Julianne Kammer, is here to answer any questions.
Julianne, do you have anything to add to that?
Not too much. This is our 4th year of requesting Kona, and it's a pretty big motivator for the kids. The end of the summer reading party is longstanding tradition with us, and we keep increasing. I think we had 99 finishers last year, and they read 900 minutes in 6 weeks. So it's a pretty big deal for them. And I just wanted to know, this is sponsored by the Friends, so anyone who comes to our sales, book sales, cookie sales, supports us in that way. This is what it goes towards, so it's good to see all around.
Very good. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the special event request for the mobile food vendor from the Lois Wagner Memorial Library to have Kona Ice truck on Thursday, August 1st, 2024, from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. for the summer reading program.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Is there any discussion on this? Any audience comments on this? Back to the table? All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. And yours isn't weather dependent, is it? Well, a little bit. They got to step out the door.
No rain date.
Yeah. Item number 6, consideration of solid waste proposal. Mr. City Manager.
The City Council is scheduled to consider proposals for solid waste removal for residential properties within the City of Richmond. The City of Richmond has previously contracted with WM for trash, recycling, and yard waste collection. The last time we went out for bid is 2006. Since then, we've done several contract extensions. This year, the contract extension proposed by WM significantly changed the level of service that they were going to provide, as well as increasing the cost of that service. So in our discussions during the budget workshops, administration and council talked about that level of service change going from pretty much where they will collect bags of trash, people with their own cans, carts that they've purchased from the service provider. On both of the waste management proposals, they would ultimately go to program where they would only pick up trash placed in that 96-gallon cart, and wouldn't take if somebody just wanted to put one bag of trash out or had multiple bags or more than the 96-gallon cart would hold. They would ultimately not have that service model available to us anymore. That, coupled with the increase in cost from them, caused us to go out and seek other alternate proposals. We received two, one from GFL and one from Priority. The one from Priority most closely matched our current level of service, as well as provided for the residents a 4% decrease in the cost the first year, and then 4% increases for the 5-year contract. So that, coupled with the service that they're providing being matching what we currently have, our recommendation is to go with Priority. Daniel Vinay from Priority is here tonight if you have any questions on the proposal. There is kind of a little twist in that one of the companies that did propose, GFL, has recently completed a deal with Priority that they'll be selling all their residential contracts to Priority. So luckily that didn't affect our recommendation. We did give WM, which is the new name for Waste Management, the opportunity to kind of hear our concerns and adjust their proposal, but again, that proposal came back at 15% more than what we're paying for now. And so it is administration's recommendation that we approve the proposal from Priority.
Thank you. Would council like to drop rules just in case there's questions while we have the gentleman in front of us?
Yes.
Consensus? Okay. Sir?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dan Vinay, Vice President of Municipal Sales for Priority. We're at 45,000 River Ridge Drive in Clinton Township. Thank you all for the opportunity to present Priority. I'll give you a brief background of who we are to how we got to where we are today. 6 years ago, February of 2018, we started with basically 10 guys, 4 trucks, figuring out the waste industry that's seen a decline in quality of service and an increase in corporate costs that bled into just a limited faction of big corporate conglomerates that were only worried about their bottom lines. And really, we ventured into this business because the previous business our CEO was in had some waste stream issues. They couldn't get their materials picked up at plants that he managed, so we just figured I'd buy some trucks and do it myself. That turned into this. 6 years to today, we now have 43 municipal customers that we've taken over services. Hamtramck being our first one, which just actually renewed with us last week, and we have added more on. The news of the GFL acquisition broke last week. That was a discussion with our CEOs, both counterparts, details of which I'm not privy to, but it's a really exciting venture for us because we're going to welcome on a great number of employees that are great people. We're looking forward to bringing them on. For City of Richmond specific, so you know, the plan is that it would be a Monday collection day. We already have the assets. We already have the employees. Currently, what we call it is a bolt-on. We already have 2 trucks running other days throughout the week that don't have a permanent route for a municipality. Monday's an open day for them, so it's an easy adjustment to slide them into the City of Richmond's service. They're very well familiar. They're rear load trucks, so they can do the manual service that you are accustomed to now. I know you have the 65-gallon recycling carts. They have automated tippers on the back, so they can lift those without any issue. And the yard waste as well with the rear load is a manual service. So very excited for this. Thank you all for the opportunity to just present a little bit about us. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
City Council has any questions? We've been long-time customers of Waste Management and have worked with them over the years. It kind of come to a surprise when we got hit with this. Administration had tried to get a hold of them early on in the year and try to start talking about the next contract. So it's kind of, we've done our due diligence, and your company definitely comes highly recommended by communities around us, as the city manager is contacted. As of late, Utica, he informed me this morning that Utica has been very happy with your service when There's going to be some hiccups, we know that.
Yep.
We certainly hope that you can work with our administration on those type of things. But we're hoping everything works out
Of course.
well. The one thing, Waste Management did respond quickly when we had problems. We would expect the same of your company, and we haven't heard any different from other municipalities. New Baltimore is another one that you come highly recommended from some of the residents that work for us here.
Oh, great.
So you guys have done a great job over there also. I guess for the public, any questions that they may have, contact the city manager. Just call City Hall and ask for our city manager, and he can let you know what's going on. But meanwhile, we'll get something on our website if this motion passes.
Yes.
And to make it clear to the public exactly what we're doing, and we're definitely saving money. We're keeping the same services that we've had, so that doesn't get mixed up. Priority is going to be picking up what you put to the curb within the rules that we have at the curb, but that is not going to change at all. That's going to remain the same, where Waste Management was going to take that away from us and charge for anything other than that 95-gallon
Yes.
container. So that was going to cost a lot of people a lot more money and a lot more headaches. So like anything else new, we're sure that there's going to be, again, some hiccups, some issues. And if there are, we would hope that the residents call City Hall to straighten those out, and the city manager will have a direct line, I'm sure, to whoever's in charge of our area. If they missed your garbage or whatever, it will get taken care of by our administration and your company. So
Yeah.
rest assured that we've talked a lot about this, and we're sure that that's going to be the best way for us to go for our community. So.
Yeah, and should the motion go the way it's written, certainly I'll be working with Daniel to kind of make sure all of the things are put together and enough information is put on our website. I'll also probably do an interview with Jason on our YouTube channel that can be shared and played on Channel 6 to get, as many ways as we can get that information out. We will be posting it.
Very good.
The only difference we'll see is a Monday pickup as opposed to a Tuesday. So that's just gonna be the only transition that
Yeah,
you're gonna probably have to yield phone calls here at City Hall.
When I spoke to the various vendors, towards the end of the week is more problematic than the beginning of the week for a bedroom community. Most people, kind of do all their trash on the weekends, even with the Tuesday pickup. Sometimes people sneak it out on Sunday night. So Monday pickup is much better than going to Friday.
Right.
Yeah.
More problematic.
I think the only thing that comes to mind with the Monday pickup is hopefully people aren't putting their garbage out on Saturday for a Monday morning pickup. And same thing with Sunday, hopefully. I mean, our ordinance says there's a certain time the day before, I believe.
Yeah,
5
Sunday
p.m.
at like 7.
5 p.m.?
5 p.m. the night before,
Yeah,
yeah.
so hopefully people will do that instead of people driving through our town and on the weekend, when a lot of them coming through on Sunday nights, coming back from up north, and they're going to see garbage all the way down Main Street. It's not really something that you want to do, but hopefully people will abide by our 5 p.m. rule and try to keep it together there. So, anything else, council, on this with the gentlemen while we have them up?
Just kind of a
Yeah.
general concern with going to Monday and with the short time frame that this change is gonna happen. I know we're gonna, no matter how much we communicate, we're gonna have some people that are gonna miss and think it's Tuesday. Are we gonna be able to have some sort of like a floater that can come on Tuesday from Priority for those situations? For the first couple times, just to,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's a really, really good question. I'm glad you brought that up because we've dealt with communities that have changed a day, whether it be before or after, so I'm familiar with that. When it comes to a transition like this, what we'd like to do is put together an educational brochure that'll talk to the services, what to see, what to expect, rules, guidelines, everything in between, a map that shows the day divide, how it's divided and what's the setup. And then from there, when we get into the transition, we know that there are going to be, I call them routiners, people that follow their routine of the, they didn't read the education, they saw it, they thought it was junk mail and tossed it, or missed the page that told them about the date change. So what we've done in the past is we blitzed that brochure out to the residents, collaboration with the municipality directly. How's the best way to get this out to? You already talked about the YouTube video we've been a part of, and I'd be willing to be part of if that comes to it, where you'd like me to sit down and answer questions. We did one for Washington Township when we took over their service in Dearborn Heights as well. So just, we're familiar with that. If it comes to a resident saying, call, and we prefer them to call us direct. I don't know, what your service type is like on a customer side of things, but we want them to call us. We have an average hold time of 20 seconds, an average resolution time of 2 minutes or less each day. So people are getting on the phone, getting their answer, and getting to their daily routines faster to take things off of all of your plates. So we want them to call us. So we have cameras in our trucks that see all four sides, the cab and the hoppers or the entrance points of the material. So we can identify what's good going in and what's bad going in. And then we can also review in that conversation with the resident, was the material out or not out? So it takes the emotion out of, the garbage man is at fault, you missed my trash, right? Because ultimately we want to get things off the ground. But we use that then as an education. Ma'am or sir, we were here at 8:30. You may be used to WM or your previous provider coming at 2 p.m. Try not to meet the truck with the material. Try to get it out at before 7 a.m. on your collection day. And what we've seen by instituting these cameras and that education piece from the curb is 86% of the calls dropped down, the volume dropped down 86%, because they've learned that they'll get me if I'm trying to sneak one by. Now, if somebody calls and said, little Johnny forgot to take it out to the curb, can you do us a solid? We are in the neighborhood. We have routes running all over the place, especially with the GFL acquisition coming July 1. We'll have auxiliary and support staff to come and help those cases. So we don't want you to feel like if a resident forgets to or is getting used to the new routine, that is just going to sit out and be sitting as blight. We'll do what we can to assist in those cases. We're in New Baltimore on Wednesdays. We're just south of you in Mount Clemens every day. So we can find ways to get up to you all the time. So.
Now the collection would start Mondays, as of July 1st,
Yes.
correct?
Yep.
Okay.
And thankfully, I believe, avoid the holiday, so we don't start on another fun thing, right? So you would start officially July 1.
That would really.
So generally, with all the holidays that do fall on the Monday, I'm sorry, I'm going to miss that because we were trying to look at something else here.
Yeah.
Does it automatically go to Tuesday?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And the holidays, just for transparency, are the major six: New Year's Day, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Thanksgiving Day, and Christmas Day. Any other holidays we run, you may have them off as municipal leaders, but just those six for us.
Which is the same as WM.
So our community calendar is good then?
Other
than the
yes,
day.
Correct,
Yeah.
yes.
But
Yeah.
as far as
denoting the,
Alternate day.
yeah, the alternates, the
Yeah.
north and south end for the pickups on the other.
and we'll make sure to get our summer newsletter goes out, usually around July. We'll make sure to get it out a little early that'll be front page news on the newsletter.
Good, good. Okay. Anything else?
Just one last thing. So with the recycle, we're going to follow the same schedule, like south is this.
I believe
so
it'll
we can,
be
the calendar
every
will
other
be
week,
closed.
bi-weekly, yes.
Yeah, I definitely want to look at the map of your schedule. I couldn't find it digitally, so I'm not entirely sure. But yes, it is a split. So 1 week is one side, 1 week is the other. We want to look at that just because things of the community may have changed since that was incorporated, but I don't expect there to be a significant change, if not a change at all. And talking with the city manager throughout this process, knowing it was expedited, knowing that everything had to be kind of buttoned up, there was going to be these conversations that would lie in the gray, but know that we're here to take care of you and figure things out as a group and a team.
Very good. Anything else, council? Okay, we need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the proposal from Priority for a 5-year contract for solid waste recycling and yard waste collection in the city of Richmond, and direct administration to complete any necessary Contracts with switch providers.
Support.
Motion made and supported. Any further discussion? Any audience discussion on this item? Comments? If you would, please, so they can hear you at home. You don't have to tell us your name and address again, but Melissa.
Thank you. My only question is, with WM as a business, we get containers, and then I know the residences get the recycling containers. Is that going to continue?
The residents' recycling containers will continue. There
Okay.
were, and I did explain in the bid documents, there were some historical businesses that were on the residential trash. Most communities don't allow businesses on the residential trash.
Okay.
It's not part of our contract. There are some that historically have been there. We're maintaining those. And so, again, with the expedited process, those are some of the things that Daniel and I will be working through.
Okay, thank you.
Back to the table. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We look forward to doing business with you. Item number 7 is consideration of establishing a quarterly roundtable meeting date. Mr. City Manager?
Council is scheduled to consider its next quarterly roundtable meeting. We normally meet in January, April, July, and October on the roundtables to discuss items that aren't ready for the council table or that require more discussion. In July, we often have those meetings starting at 5:30 prior to the regular meeting, with the holiday and the switchover for our fiscal year happening there early in July. Administration would prefer the workshop to be on July 15th if possible.
All right, we'll drop the rules if we have consensus here.
Yep.
Okay. City Manager would like to see the 15th. Are we good? That's a regular council meeting day?
That's fine.
Is 5:30 good?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, well then, let's have a motion.
I'll make a
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll make a motion to schedule the special quarterly roundtable meeting of the city council on 7/15/2024 at the city hall beginning at 5:30 PM.
Support.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion on this? Do you not? Any audience participation on this? I know everybody wants to come to our special meeting. Back to the table. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Miscellaneous matters from the city manager, sir.
I know it's spring going into summer when the St. A's third grade come around and visit all of the city facilities. So today we had third graders here from St. A's that did a tour of, I think, the library, some other facilities. They did City Hall. I bored them with local government and tried to make it fun. Jason saved me. He set up the green screen so that the kids can go stand in front of the green screen and see the television monitor and look like they're on the moon or with SpongeBob or things like that. That got a little more exciting than myself, but they enjoyed it, and I think the parents learned just as much as the children when I talk about, the water tower, how tall it is, what the purpose of it, to give pressure to the system and things like that. So it was a lot of fun.
Very good. Council comments, Mike?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Dennis?
Nothing.
Jimbo?
Nothing, Mayor.
Yeah. Emily?
Nothing, thank you.
John?
Nothing.
Rob?
All set.
Wow. We'll come right through to the calendar today, being the 3rd of June. I'd first like to thank everybody that participated in the Memorial Day parade, and thank everybody that made Memorial Day happen, including our city manager, who does a lot of things in the background. And thank the Richmond VFW again for their participation with the Color Guard and their luncheon afterwards. But everybody else that participated, it's nice to have that in our community. But we go back to the calendar here. We have the big Blue Devil Invitational Tournament that will start on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's going to be a lot of people in town, so be patient. There's going to be a lot of people from out of town, quite a ways out of town, that come to play ball in Richmond. So, again, be patient. Main Street will be pretty busy all weekend long. Planning Commission will meet on the 13th, right here at City Hall at 7 o'clock. Another one would be the 15th, which is Saturday, at our auditorium on Main Street. I don't have the advertisement here, but there is a wrestling, big-time wrestling, but I'm not sure what it's called.
Ruckus in Richmond, I believe.
Ruckus in Richmond, that's
Yes.
right. That is going to be happening on Saturday, the 15th. And again, I don't have a contact here.
Tickets are available at Green Time Workshop up on North Main. I don't have the phone number, sorry.
No, either do I. I just noticed I had written it in the calendar here, but it's for Saving Destiny, which is an animal welfare group, and it's a great cause. It's being done by Green Time, one of our businesses on North Main Street, is putting this all together for them. But it's going to be a great venue at the Odd, and it should be a good time there. The other one was a big thank you. I'm sure we'll probably, if we haven't already, the all-night graduation party was held at the Odd this year for the first time. And alls I've heard, I have a granddaughter, as does Jim, that participated in that, and they had a ball. They just had a ball. They couldn't believe that we have something like that in our community that was available for the kids, because they've always had to go out of town. And they had a ball. I talked to the lady that oversaw the whole thing, and she just loved it. We might get her more involved. I put her arm behind her back, so we might see her a little more involved here soon. But anyhow, that wrestling is going to be going on at the Odd. And 2 weeks from tonight will be our next regular city council meeting at 7 o'clock. Just to let you know, also on the 29th, which is Saturday, and the 30th, Sunday, is the Historical Society's Heritage Festival and Fiber Fest that will be going on. So if you want to plan for the end of the month here, that will be going on. They put a nice festival on over at the Historical Society in our park. And the Parks and Rec. School's Out Pool Party, this Friday, June 7th, from 4 to 8, $4 per person. That's this Friday. Field trips will be held at 10 a.m. every Friday. On June 14th. It's not every Friday. It's June 14th, August 9th, and again August 9th, probably later in the day. There will be these field trips that'll be had. Again, 727-3064 for all questions you may have on any of this that I'm announcing right now. Preschool sports sampler will be going on over at BB Park and at the Odd. I'm sorry, it's only at the Odd. This is the preschool sports sampler. There is a cost. It runs from June 18th through June 27th. It will be something that you're going to want to call our Parks and Recreation Department. Again, 727-3064. Aquafit exercise. Our pool is going to be open every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 p.m. to 6:50 p.m. starting June 18th through August 22nd, and Wednesdays and Fridays starting June 19th through August 23rd from 9 a.m. to 9:50. Again, I think most of these are going to hopefully appear on our Channel 6.
On Channel 6 and on
Our
the
website?
Rec Department website and their Facebook page.
Okay, great. So a lot of this, you're going to want to look at that site. Children's Entertainment Series, Thursday, June 20th, the Reptarium will be in town. Snakes, lizards, turtles, and other things will be at BB Street Park. They'll be open to the public also. That's free of charge. They'll be held at BB Street Park Pavilion. And again, BB Street Park Summer Concert Series, the first one being towards the end of the month, Wednesday, June 26th, American Ages will be playing. There'll also be another one in August. And those start at 7 o'clock. We got through that. I don't know if there's anything else that we need to add tonight. There is no closed session of the city council. There's no other business of the city council this evening. A motion to adjourn be in order.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. There's no discussion on the adjournment motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Thanks for being with us.